Could you guys, for whatever reason, turn in a family member? Police, authorities?
It would have to be for something extremely bad.
Yeah.
Like the worst of the worst. Other than that, no, I couldn't do it.
Like what?
Like you force somebody to do something they ain't want to do. One of those crimes.
Okay.
Like if you're hurting other people, if you're selling drugs and those people are selling drugs.
What
if
kind
you're
of
doing,
drug?
Well, like
Heavy
you know,
drugs? You know.
the ones that my family's in prison for. Those ones.
Okay. All right. Well, Lola here, not really looking for advice, just wants to get this off of her chest. And she has come to the right place.
Oh, we should open that up to anybody who wants to call us up and get something off their chest.
Go for it. 1-855-BERT
I
Show.
want to get this bra off the underwire. It's driving me nuts.
Hey, Lola.
Mine doesn't have one today.
Hi, good morning.
Hi. All right. Not advice. You just need to get this off your chest. What happened and why did you have to turn a family member in?
Yeah. Well, this actually started about a couple of years ago. My former fiance had just left me, and he has troubled my family real quick. And, of course, speculation started, but some cousins especially made some really nasty comments behind my back that I later found out about. One of them actually said that he had proposed to her a few years before because she knew him before I did. They were saying that he probably left me for another woman. I was a loser. I didn't deserve to have somebody. And it was very hurtful at the time because at some point in their lives, I became their provider when their parents went to jail for identity theft. So it was very embarrassing, and I was very angry. And I had knowledge that they were claiming younger sibling and niece as dependents on their returns and stating the children were actually living with them in the U.S. But the children have lived outside the country, and there's no record of them ever being in the U.S. So I don't really know what happened, what came over me, just anger, and I found myself filling out the form and mailing it. But since this was right before the pandemic, and all mail was just being stored in the storage house, people's returns were getting lost, I just assumed they never got to it, it got lost, or it was last priority. And I actually got an update a few weeks ago that they received letters for audits from the IRS, and they're asking for more information on their dependents. The weird thing is I had only submitted a report. I had only reported one of my cousins to the IRS, and they coincidentally ended up living together, so the other one kind of got audited as well.
So what exactly are we trying to accomplish here? Because do you regret that you turned your family into the IRS now?
I do. I do regret it because I'm a person that believes in divine justice, and I took it upon myself to do that, and I shouldn't have. Even though, they've used that money to take lavish vacations in Mexico, to buy new cars, to put a down payment on a house. I feel guilt because I don't think it was my place to do that.
Do they have any idea it was you?
No, they don't.
And yeah, I mean, curious, did you just Google, how do I turn my family into the IRS? Because I would have no idea where to go.
Me neither.
Fair.
It came up on conversation one time, and I honestly don't remember how it even came up.
So the last sentence in your email that I'm reading here is, I just needed to get that off my chest and hoping hearing others judge me will ease the guilt that I'm still feeling. How can that alleviate your guilt? Like, you want us to come down hard on you?
I guess to know that it wasn't my place and it wasn't for me to call out will kind of, make me feel like, yeah, I did a bad thing, but now I know it's a bad thing, and I can kind of, regret it and be better?
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do here is kind of forgive yourself. I think there's a big difference in being a bad person and doing a bad thing. And
Yeah.
you did a bad thing. You're owning up to it. Kind of the punishment is living with the guilt right now. But then moving on, like I've said this a million times on the show. I have heard this before over and over and over again, that if the same situation came in front of you, if you would handle it differently, you're a different person now. So you would only be holding an innocent person hostage. So you learned your lesson. But I don't know what else you could really do about that, Davi.
You said that somebody was claiming the kids on as their dependents, and that's like ultimately what you got them in trouble for, right?
Yeah.
So somebody else was legally responsible for those kids. So somebody else was probably going to claim those kids as dependents as well. So one of those people would have been like audited and got in trouble. So you probably saved the real person that should have been claiming the kids from getting in trouble versus the person that was claiming them to make profit. Does that make sense?
Probably. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this was actually because of me, because the IRS never contacted me, or if it was just a flag that was raised on their return because they
Probably.
were claiming a sister.
You're going to go with
That's
that.
what I was saying.
7 years.
That's all them.
She's never lived here.
Yeah, you know what? Your letter did get lost. They never found it.
Gosh.
Mo, final advice?
It sounds like you have all of the perspective you're really supposed to have. I do agree with Bert as far as at this point living with the guilt is a part of it. But if there's anything you really wanted to do to alleviate the guilt, maybe you should think about coming clean.
Ooh,
That's the one thing you haven't done.
You think that'll do it?
No.
I think this is atonement enough.
Yes.
Calling the Bert
Alleviate the guilt. That's how you do it.
There
We
it
should do
is.
that Bert Show confessions. Tell me what's bothering you, my
They're not the
child.
best of people, so I think other than them victimizing themselves a little bit more than they already do,
Yeah, go ahead, deal with this one yourself, all right?
yeah.
Okay, Lola. See ya.
Good job.
I don't really know what we were supposed
Gold
to do in that
star.
situation right
Yeah.
there.
Just listen.
I think she's got. I just need you guys to listen.
Uh-huh, pretty much.
The Bert Show.